This has become a familiar scene, two-dimensional faces on Zoom. Idlewild has always had a robust Christian formation program from children to adults. When we quickly transitioned to virtual meetings this spring, the Presbyterian women and the Tuesday men's breakfast were some of the earliest adopters.
This was a really interesting year for you to be president. I guess when you agreed to do that, you had no idea.
I had no idea.
It was going to hit.
And so, yes, it has been very different. But I'd say plain and simple, the women wanted to continue to stay connected. We went the Zoom route. As we know, many people have gone to many meetings within the church, and certainly in our lives, Zoom has become an important part of staying connected. And that's no different for Presbyterian women.
Yeah, we did move to Zoom pretty quickly, and I believe I just reached out to Ted and asked if we had access to anything that would allow us to meet online. And so it happened pretty quickly. I was impressed with how quickly everybody just decided to join. Is that how you remember it, Kirk?
To me, it just started happening. I do know that little by little, we pretty much got the entire group on, which I think is very fulfilling. That even some of the ones at the beginning that were a little hesitant are now regulars.
So tell me, Adrienne, how do you think the church is going to have to be different because of this pandemic?
I wish I knew. But every few years, we have to change direction to a certain extent. Not the basics, but we need to feed the souls of people in a different manner.
And so we have. From Compassion Camp online vacation Bible school, to confirmation faith statements on Zoom, to weekly adult forums, we have been adapting since March. The children even have regular Zoom calls with Miss Marjorie. These calls have helped continue their faith formation in touching ways.
So when you're hugging on your stuffy, you can think about that God is there, just like your stuffy, to talk about whatever's bothering you. I want everybody to tell me one thing you'd like to tell God. Savannah and Kate.
I want to tell God that I'm thankful for the best sister in the world. I'm thankful that God gives us another day of life each day, good or bad.
I'm glad basketball came back.
As we've stretched and grown and learned lots of new things, we also created a new realm of possibility.
People were very hesitant at first, and so was I, but we knew to stay connected, we would have to go this route. We had nearly 30 women join the All-in-One Circle last Tuesday.
I was there, I remember.
Yeah, it's a wonderful way, really, of gathering women from the different circles together. So it's working.
It does seem to be working. I think for my own circle, I remember, I think we had more people than we usually had in person because it seemed to be so convenient for everybody to jump on Zoom.
To me, it really points to unmet opportunities that we have at the church, that we just don't know what we can do until we really try to do it. And I think this is a great example of how we can not only stay together during times like this, but also opportunities that we have when things get back to showing up at 1750 Union, what we can do to really engage and touch people that are not able to be there, whether they be members of the church or others. So I think it's really opened our eyes to a lot of possibilities going forward.
The new ways we are using technology go beyond formation. We have embraced technology in worship to enhance our experience and reach more people with God's Word. Your pledges help Idlewild budget for and lean into this new world.
Everybody is spiritually lifted after their experience.
So what do you think this says about why people might need to support the church with their pledge, especially during this interesting time?
Well, as we all know, the mission of the church continues, no matter how we gather, where we gather. You don't have to be there, though, to have the church. And I think we need to remember that whether we're there or not, the costs remain the same. even though we're not gathering in person, we need to remember that the mission of the church, the mission of Idlewild, is really first and foremost.
It also reinforces to me the need, our place at 1750 Union, for the staff that we have, how important the staff is, and how important the physical church is. And so while we're seeing opportunities to do new things without being at the church, it certainly has reinforced how important the physical church is as part of our ministry. Is why it's so important that we to financially support the work of the church, because without the members and the pledges, we couldn't do any of this.